for that I have been
Yeah.
so for that I have been also preparing for the civil services exam. And recently I also got to know about the CAPFs. So I have been working now for joining the CAPF. Also, I have been a sports person. So I thought I'll be able to better put my skills to work when I'll be in the forces, sir.
Okay, good. So you have taken almost 7 to 8 attempts of civil services and
Yes,
three
sir.
attempts of the CAPF,
Yes, sir.
but results are still not in favor. What is the reason?
Sir, I have put all my hard work, and I think I am progressing also. I am learning with every passing day. Also, with the learnings that I have gained in the civil services exam, I believe with God's will, I'll be able to make it this time, sir.
Okay, good. So how the civil services differs from the CAPF?
Okay. Uh, so we can take instance of Indian Police Services and the CAPFs. For example, the cadre recruitment and cadre control, it is very different, and they go through the civil services exam, and these are recruited through either SSC or through UPSC. And then after that, the operational areas are also different. They work most of the time they works under control of state governments and in the state police services, whereas CAPFs, they are direct under control of Home Ministry and they work for the internal security as well as guarding the borders. Apart from that, sir, there are other differences. For example, the uh, uh, op- um, the control, as I said, that lies with the Union Ministry, and their control, immediate control, lies with the state, and the ultimate control lies with the center.
Okay, okay, good. Since you have now 10 years in Dehradun, what do you know about the Char Dham Yatra and how it is beneficial from ecological point of view?
Okay. Sir, Char Dham Yatra encompasses Badrinath, Kedarnath, Yamunotri, and Gangotri. And recently, there have been Char Dham Yatra project going on, which will be connecting all those Char Dhams through four-lane highways. And yes, as you mentioned rightly, sir, there is ecological impact when these highways are constructed, and there will be a lot of tourist footfall. However, have been what I can measures to uh, compensate this ecological loss as far as possible. And for that, rationing of vehicles are being done on regular basis. They have also started Yatri registration, in which a certain number of Yatris are allowed to visit these dhams on a regular basis. I think, sir, that's why there should be sustainability towards the tourism as well as the ecology, sir.
There is one more important case of social disharmony recently in Uttarakhand, where the Muslims had to flee and they had to leave their profession. What is that case?
Sir, it took in Purola town of Uttarkashi. Minor girl was allegedly abducted by two men. One of them belonged to minority Muslim community. And because of that, the local right-wing leaders, they took up a protest, and the Muslims of the town were forced to leave. However, the administration was quick to respond. The High Court ordered the administration to respond quickly, and they imposed Section 144 of CRPC, and normalcy was brought back to the town, and Muslims have again going back, and they have started opening their shops as well, sir.
Okay, okay. You have completed your management science from Lucknow University. What is the difference between manager and a leader?
uh, so I believe the difference is circumstantial. To be a good manager, one has to be a good leader, and to be a good leader, one has to be a good manager. A manager is mostly managing things, and at times he has to act as a leader. Otherwise, he will not be able to manage things well. On the same hand, sir, a leader, if he is not a good manager, he will not be able to ration things or prioritize things, and maybe he'll not be a good leader if he is not a good manager.
Okay, good. So there are now 5 CAPFs you have to join. You have given CASF as first preference and BSF as last preference. So out of the two, that is first CASF and last BSF, do you think that which provides good opportunity for effective leadership?
Sir, I think both the forces in their have their own attractions, and in fact, all the forces have their own attractions, and they provide leadership opportunities in one way or the other. However, like for BSF, they provide leadership positions in a different arena, in a different theater. We'll be standing and guarding the borders, and there we'll be acting in a leadership position. Whereas where CISF is concerned, we'll be having a leadership position and conserving the security of very important installations of the country, be it PSUs or be it monuments of historical importance. So, sir, both provide leadership opportunities, but in a different theater.
Okay, good. So why you have given your first choice to CSF?
Sir, since I have been working in a civilian role and CISF also provides a civilian domain, so I think the experiences I have gained in my past job, I'll be able to better put them to use in CISF. Apart from that, the CISF also provides a good work-life balance in the initial postings. So that's why I think I have chosen the CISF. Having said this, I have no prejudices or biases towards any force. I'll be happy to serve as assistant commandant in any of these forces, sir.
Okay, okay. Your DAF is something speaking about Jalon. What is the importance of Jalon?
Sir, my Jalon is the hometown of my mother, home district of my mother, and sir, importance is that it belongs to Bundelkhand region of Uttar Pradesh, which has been historically left out, we can say, or its geography is also not very favorable. It lies with the Chambal and ravines of Chambal. So that is all I can recall right now, sir.
Okay, okay, good. One of your interest is cycling 500 kilometers. So how did you develop this interest of having cycling for long distance?
Sir, once I reached Dehradun, I developed this interest of running, and then after running for a while, I developed interest of cycling because there are very many beautiful mountains here, and I would like to explore them at times. And cycling provided me that opportunity to explore these areas in a very cost-efficient way, and at the same time, I was developing my physical capabilities. So, but gradually I got this opportunity to participate in a long marathon organized by BSF itself of cycling, and I took a part in it, and I was able to finish it with a good rank. So,
Okay, good. This cycling event from Leh to Shimla is also being organized by Indian Army. Can you trace the route from Leh to Shimla?
uh, sorry, sir, I'll not be able to. I do not have awareness about that region, sir.
Okay, good. So supposing you have to participate in that event from Leh to Shimla, will you be able to participate? Or even
Yes,
if
sir.
you have to train your soldiers for participating in that event, how will you go about it?
Okay. So, first of all, I will make sure that these soldiers are physically fit. For that, I'll conduct a test of who all those soldiers are that can participate, because it will be a very tough job. So I'll have to select first thing. Then I'll have to select the equipment which will be required. Highly good cycles, geared cycles will be required, and whatever the specification of the equipment will be required, I'll ensure that they have all the right equipment with them, because it will also include some risks. So I don't want to have below par equipment with them. After that, once that is done, I'll start training them initially for a shorter distance, and then gradually I'll keep on increasing their mileage. And once they are ready, I'll also give them the nutrition. I'll tell them what nutrition they'll be needing on the road, what hydration they will be needing, electrolytes they will be needing. That I'll make them aware of. And then once all this is done, I'll take them to shorter races also, so that they get to feel the competition that will be required there. And ultimately, sir, I think my men will be ready to participate in the event.
So they have to complete at least 80 to 90 kilometer per day in order to complete this cycling. So they will be ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in when you conducted this cycling event, two of your Jawans got unconscious after third day. So
Okay,
what
sir.
you will do?
Sir, as an initial step, I'll get them checked through a doctor. I'll ask them how they feel. And by consulting a doctor, I'll get to know that if there is anything serious that they or I should worry about. And if there is nothing serious and it is just fatigue, I'll either ask them to take rest for a while, and if they feel they are ready for the job, they should continue. Otherwise, it's a cycling expedition. They have other bigger roles to play, and if they don't want to continue with the cycling expedition, I think I'll tell them to take a break, and maybe next year they can try again, and with a better confidence and better physique.
Okay, good. One of your interests is Vipassana meditation.
Yes, sir.
So how did you develop this interest for Vipassana meditation?
Okay. Sir, while I was preparing for the civil services examination, after 2, 3 attempts, I thought I should fall back and introspect where I am lacking and what I am doing. And one of my seniors, like who was a topper of that year, she suggested that I should try Vipassana meditation, and that was the induction. I went for a 10-day course. It was a silent meditation course for 10 days, and I felt very strong attraction towards it, and till day I have been practicing it, sir.
Okay. So what are the advantages of this meditation?
So Vipassana meditation, it basically teaches us to be more mindful. It helps us to observe our own actions, our own thoughts for a while. So what we do is, like, instead of reacting to the external stimulus, we think about our action, we contemplate our action, and then we take our actions. It is not that we just respond to the stimulus that comes to us. And I think in forces also, it will be, sir, very beneficial if we are able to contemplate our actions before reacting to the enemy.
Okay, good. Then it is about the e-waste collection. E-waste is becoming a big headache for all the countries. So what waste do you suggest? How to handle it?
Sir, with the advent of technological advancements, one of the very big challenges is e-waste. And I think, sir, we can handle e-waste through a circular program. Whosoever is generating the e-waste, they are organizing their take back campaigns. I actually, in Nokia, I was heading that take back campaign in Lucknow itself. And what we used to do is we used to go from home to home and colleges and schools to aware the people about depositing back their gadgets once their life is over. Apart from that, we have to make it monetarily profitable for recycling the e-waste, because when the e-waste reaches these companies, a lot of material from the e-waste can be used for making new gadgets. So it is monetarily also feasible, and it is that's why I think, sir, circular economy is what can help us, sir.
Okay, good. Recently, there are reports of deaths in the hospitals of UP. So previously also there were reports of death in the UP in Gorakhpur, and the healthcare system of UP needs changes, or you can say improvement. Suggest.
So healthcare system of the UP, it's very challenging because one of the reasons is the big population that we have. And there have been steps recently. For example, one district, one medical college scheme has been there. Apart from that, the medical education has been also being emphasized. And with the Laksh guidelines of maternity uh, in the labor room, the cleanliness and hygiene has to be emphasized. So, sir, gradually we are progressing, and I think in recent future we'll be able to have a comfortable level of health infrastructure as well.
Okay, okay. You must have heard about the Indian medicines by which in Gambia the children died. Now Sri Lanka has also reported that these medicines seems to be spurious and they are causing death. What is the reason?
Uh, Sorry, sir, I'm not aware about this news, sir. I'll definitely read about it, sir.
We have shared this article in your mentorship program.
Okay, sir.
Go through it. Okay, okay. Hmm. Our Prime Minister is in USA these days.
Yes, sir.
So earlier we were following the principle of NAM, non-aligned movement. And
Yes,
now
yes.
we are shifting our ties towards the US. So we are still trying to be a friend of US. But Pakistan is ally of US. How India can become ally of US?
Okay. Sir, during the recent visit, uh, in international relations, it is often said that there are no permanent enemies and there are no permanent friends. So this meeting, we have gone there with very specific purpose, and that purpose is ICET, that is Initiative for Critical Technology, Critical and Emerging Technologies, and they will encompass some very cutting edge technologies like quantum computing, space, biotechnology, and others. Apart from that, we are also looking towards the GE engine that we'll be using in our twin jet naval aircraft. Apart from that, we are also looking towards other cutting edge technology. That is all we need from them. It is not that we are drifting towards them for just no reason. Apart from that, sir, US also needs India because US right now is in deep debt, and India has one of the fastest growing economies. So we both can help each other, and it is a interest based sir alliance. It is not that we are drifting towards the west or we are drifting to we have always believed in strategic neutrality, and this is a part of it, sir.
India used its smartness when it brought oil from Russia, and after refining it, it sold to USA as well as to Middle East companies as well as to Pakistan. Pakistan also bought from USA. So, what other smart projects can we take over in this world affair?
Sir, I think one of the very smart moves that we are all have already started is that we first of all we should indigenize our weapons, and then from the one of the largest importers of weapons, we should become an exporter of weapons. And recently we have also started doing that by exporting BrahMos missile to Vietnam. I think, sir, that is one of the things that we can look forward to. Apart from that, sir, our soft power diplomacy as well as our own culture. For example, yoga. Yesterday it was International Yoga Day, and it is now recognized by the UN, and it is International Yoga Day. So we have our soft power as well as we have our hard power when it comes to weapons. So I think, sir, we have the whole spectrum of things on which we can develop and gain an advantage in this world affairs, sir.
Good. So, day before yesterday, we have given one of the fighter ship to Vietnam. Can you name that?
Sorry, sir. I read about it. The name slipped my mind. I'm really sorry, sir.
It is Kripan ship, which
Yes,
was
sir. Kripan. Yes, sir. Kripan.
by Rajnath Singh. Okay, good. So coming back to India, in Karnataka there is problem of rice, which they promised to the citizens of Karnataka that they'll be given 10 kg of free rice. Earlier they used to give 5 kg of rice. What is the problem and how they are sorting out?
I'm really sorry, sir. I have not read about this news article, sir.
It is basically the manifesto of the was from the Congress side that once we come to power, we will give 10 kg of rice. But now the quantity which is to be released from the union government is the same, and they are facing the problems. So, AAP government from Punjab is coming handy to Karnataka, and they are supplying the rice in order to overcome this problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll definitely read more about it, sir.
Okay, okay. What kind of projects have been undertaken by the Prime Minister in Varanasi?
Sir, Varanasi is the Lok Sabha seat from which Shri Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, fights the Lok Sabha elections, and it has been a center of attraction because of recent Kashi Vishwanath corridor project. And before that also, there have been recently there have been G20 summits happening, G20 meetings happening in Varanasi. So I can recall, sir, these two things which have happened recently in Varanasi, sir. Apart from that, yes, sir, one more thing. I'm really sorry. Sir, Varanasi is also the starting point of longest inland water cruise. And inland waterways we have been developing there, and it is the starting point, sir.
So, what is this cruise about? How many days it goes in the water, and when it comes back, what is the total journey?
Sir, I'm aware that it starts from Varanasi and it goes all the way to West Bengal. But I'm not aware about the, sir, route journey and the important nodes.
Okay, okay. Similarly, on the same pattern of this cruise, we had sent one ship full of rice from Varanasi to Guwahati.
Okay,
How
sir.
that ship would have reached?
Sir, that ship has taken the route from Ganga, and from Ganga, after Ganga bifurcates into after West Bengal, it would have gone to through way of Brahmaputra till Assam.
Bay of Bengal, Bay of Bengal, Bay of Bengal to Brahmaputra, Brahmaputra to Dhubri, and Dhubri to Guwahati.
Okay, sir.
Okay. What is the role and task of SSB and where it is deployed in the state of UP?
Sir, Sashastra Seema Bal, its main mandate is to guard the borders of Nepal and Bhutan, which are otherwise open borders. And there are instances of smuggling and round tripping of terrorists and black money. And in UP as well as in Uttarakhand, through the borders of Nepal, they are deployed, sir.
Okay. What is your age now?
Sir, I am 30.
30. So do you think that it is the right age to join the CAPFs?
So I think in any group or in any force, people of all the ages and all the experiences are needed, and I'll be able to fit right in wherever it is needed, sir. I don't consider myself to be in any way less capable of joining the forces, sir.
Okay, you are good. You can adjust. There is no problem. You have got good adaptability. My question is, we generally look for the young officers so that they
Yes,
can
sir.
be molded according to the needs of the force.
Okay, sir.
So, how will you fit into it?
Okay. Sir, definitely that is needed, that we need people who are capable of molding themselves and adjusting to the given circumstances. And I think it is not a very right thing to think that only young people can adjust to the circumstances. Even my parents till now, I think they adjust to a lot of things, and they are like in their 60s. So it's not a age is not a factor, I think, sir. If one is capable of adjusting himself, then age should not be considered a very big issue, sir.
Okay, good. So another disadvantage of joining late is that you get less promotion chances because you have got only 30 years of service left now. So definitely CAPF at the last level, when you become DIG or IG, promotion avenues become very less. So don't you think that there will be less promotion chances, or you will go up to the rank of IG and not more than that?
So I think service should not be long, it should be good. And whatever time I have left with me, I'll try to serve the country in the best capacity possible, sir.
Good. How many more chances you have for the CAPF?
So this is my last chance, sir.
Supposing you don't make mark in this also in the merit, so how will you feel about it?
Sir, I have done my mains quite well, and I think I'll make it this time. God forbid if I do not make it this time, I have my job and I'll try to upskill myself as an auditor and try to serve the country in that capacity, sir.
Okay, good. But you will make the mark. With the interview, the way you have given the interview, you will definitely make the mark. Be positive.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we stop the interview here and then we'll talk.